What's up, guys? My name is Arnimane, and welcome to another episode of Would You Rather. This is episode number 64. If you missed any of the previous episodes, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist. And of course, if you have any Would You Rather questions that you would like me to answer in the next episode, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And of course, I always encourage you guys to answer any of the Would You Rather questions that were asked in this episode down in the comment section below. But anyways, let's get into this week's Would You Rather questions. Starting off this week, our first question comes in from Mr. eCruise013, who asks, would you rather not brush your teeth for a week or not take a bath or a shower for a week? Since this is only for a week, I think I'd much rather not brush my teeth for a week. And mainly because it's not as noticeable as it would be if I didn't shower or bathe for a week. Because that's something that you could easily smell from afar. When it comes to not brushing your teeth, I mean, it's not going to be that noticeable in terms of like your teeth aren't going to decay in a week, at least not that much. And like I said, it's not going to be noticeable. But if I don't, I'm not going to be able to smell my breath unless they're like super close. Maybe my girlfriend would be upset, right? But when it comes to not showering for a week, people could smell that from afar. They don't have to be really close to you in order to tell that you haven't showered. I mean, your hair becomes greasy and very disgusting looking, and you smell really, really bad. And see, if this is a question where it's like never brush your teeth ever or never shower ever, then maybe it would be switched. I think I'd much rather not shower ever because that problem could be solved easily by having a shower. It's no, I guess, really bad effects on your life. While like brushing your teeth, it's kind of gone for good. It's gone. Like your teeth are gonna decay, they're gonna rot, and they're gonna fall out or whatever. And that's it. Your teeth are gone. You're gonna have to get dentures or something like that. But not showering or bathing, I guess you could probably fix that. But I don't know. I think that's something I have to put a little more thought into it. Because I think there's going to be like rashes and stuff like that, so that's going to happen if you don't bathe or shower. But anyways, since it's only for a week, I think I'd much rather not brush my teeth for a week, rather than not shower or bathe at all. But anyways, our next question comes in from Michelle G, who asks, would you rather always have the weather be 10 degrees Celsius or always have the weather 35 degrees Celsius all the time? I know a lot of you guys are probably from America, so let's do a quick conversion for you guys. 10 degrees Celsius here is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, is that right? I don't know. And 35 degrees Fahrenheit is about it's 35 degrees Celsius is about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, according to this conversion calculator. So if that's wrong, don't blame me, blame Google, because they converted it for me. But a lot of times I'm always like, do I like it really, really hot, or do I like it really, really cold? I don't know. It's really hard for me to tell, because sometimes I'm in the mood for the cold, and sometimes I'm in the mood for heat. I don't know. I'm one of those people who I can't stand living in like one of those areas in the world where it's one temperature all the time. I can't. I have to have the seasons. But then a lot of times I'm just like, the seasons come and go very slow. Like, I want a week of winter, and then let's go back to spring. I want a week of each season. But anyways, back to the actual question here. I think I would much rather have it probably at the 10 degrees Celsius all the time, because it's not too bad. It's not like your fingers are falling off cold, at least not for me. Maybe I'm just used to it because I worked in freezers like pretty much my entire life, and not to mention I live in Canada and it's really cold up here in the wintertime. But I find it easier to sleep because it's cooler, while in the summer when it's like 35 degrees Celsius, it's very hard for me to sleep because it's very humid. Even if we have air conditioning on, I have a fan blowing on me or something like that, I'm still sweating when I'm sleeping, and it's very, very uncomfortable. It's very sticky, and sometimes I'll wake up in a pool of sweat, and it's very uncomfortable, very, very disgusting. So I think I would much rather have the weather be 10 all the time. rather than having it at 35 degrees. But anyways, let's move on to our next question, which comes in from Xen324, who asks, would you rather be half your height or double your weight? You will not grow, and you cannot lose the weight. So half my height? Jesus, I'd be like small. That's really tough, because I'm trying to think like, okay, well, obviously if I'm double my weight, I'm going to be roughly about 400 pounds or so, maybe a bit less. And that's going to be extremely unhealthy. Unhealthy as hell. There's, you know, I'm assuming that this weight is going to be there because I ate too much greasy foods or whatever. So I'm going to be extremely unhealthy. And you know, and because I'm very unhealthy, I'm probably gonna die at an earlier age than I'm supposed to. But being half my height, is there any really health any health problems that would come with that? I don't know. But that would actually kind of suck, because I'll be like, what, just under 4 feet? That would fucking suck. But I think because of the health problems, I would probably go with half my height. And there's gotta be some kind of health issues with being really, I don't know, with being short. I don't know, I don't know that much about it, so I'm probably gonna go with half my height, just because I don't think there's any health implications with it. I don't know. But anyways, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from I Am Burstin King, who asks, would you rather have schizophrenia or germophobia? Probably germophobia. Schizophrenia is basically like you switch personalities back and forth over and over again. You know, one being really nice sometimes, the other being really, really mean and disgusting. You know what I mean? Like you switch personalities back and forth. And germophobia is just pretty much you have a fear of germs. So you have to clean everything and just disinfect everything, and always, you know, wash your hands, and maybe even wear gloves and a mask or something. I think I would probably be happier with germophobia over schizophrenia, because I think living my life not knowing who I am when I am someone, I don't know. It just seems like really crappy lifestyle. No offense to anyone with schizophrenia, but I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it. I think I'd much rather be that germaphobe. At least I'll be healthy and not that sick. Maybe looked at as a freak, but I think I would much rather have that than have people look at me as a freak because I have schizophrenia. But anyways, let's move on to our last question, which comes in from Quino, who asks, would you rather go skydiving or go scuba diving? This one's actually kind of tough. I probably would like to try them both, but I think I would, I don't know, I guess something like that with the high risk things I kind of have a fear of, almost. Like I wouldn't go skydiving because I think it has a higher risk of death than scuba diving. I don't know, these are made up facts in my head. Just scuba diving seems more safer than skydiving. But I think if I go skydiving, and like the way I'm thinking is, if I was to die from one of these two, even though this has nothing to do with the question, but if I was to die with one of these two, I think skydiving, a death from skydiving would be a lot more painful and brutal than than scuba diving, because you know your parachute doesn't open, then you have like what, 60 seconds of being like, yep, well this is it, I'm gonna die. But with scuba diving, I mean, I guess it's just you're suffocating. If, like, I don't know, you run out of oxygen or something, I guess you can get, air bubbles in your blood, which I heard can be pretty brutal. But I mean, but I would say it's a lot easier, I mean, to, I guess, survive. You have control, you know what I mean? If your parachute goes out when you're skydiving, then you have no control, that's it, you're done, you know? But with scuba diving, it's just like, you know, just slowly rise to the surface, and you won't get any air bubbles in your blood, or whatever it is that they say you get. I'm pretty sure it says bubbles. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. So like I said, I think you have more control over things that are happening when you go scuba diving. Plus, I think I would like to see what is down below and hang out with the fishes, and maybe, I don't know, do you see dolphins when you scuba dive? I don't know. Rather than skydiving, because I think what's up there? Birds and airplanes, while scuba diving you get all kinds of fish and plant life, and I guess depending where you go, scuba diving, it could be a lot more interesting and entertaining. So with all of that stuff aside, I would much rather pick scuba diving, because I see it as a more of a enjoyable in terms of like scenery and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, that's it for this week. I appreciate all of you guys for submitting all of your Would You Rather questions. If you have any for me for next week, feel free to leave them down in the comments section below. Feel free to answer any of the Would You Rather questions asked this week. And of course, guys, like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, stay dirty.